Hi everyone, it's Nikki here from A Pretty Talent and the Waterwell Ministries, and I want to share with you actually two parcels that has arrived short on each other's heels. So the first one is this one, and well, let me put this aside. I suppose the most important to me of the elements in this one, grab my bin, would be this, which is yet another means of holding your phone. You slide your phone in here, so it doesn't really matter the size of the phone, or the tablet, I suppose. I'm not sure that this will stretch wide enough for a tablet. And if I can figure this out, I think it needs to come off completely. Then that one goes in there. This goes in there. And so this, the convenience of this is a rather stiff thing, but okay. So you have a clip here which opens. With a screw, okay, and then you can see it'll open now with a screw. And this you can then sort of hook. Let me just use the bin here. It's not ideal, but anyways, you can hook it over your bed, headrest or whatever it is, and then you can conveniently use your phone without straining the muscles, because we do tend to do we acquire repetitive strain injuries from holding our phones incorrectly all day. So this is for reading books, watching, I don't know if you watch videos and things on your phone, but that would be the reason, not something where you actually need to be actively on your phone. I don't think it'll work great for gaming or whatever it is. Maybe, I haven't tested it, but that's the idea with this. It's a bit of convenience there. Then I have ordered a set of stamps. And these are wildflowers. Just four stamps and wildflowers. And so the reason for this was that I want to do, I want to use these in the junk journaling and junk journaling. They are absolutely lovely to use in that, with that. I am going to put them to use just now. Okay, we'll see now. Right, I also ordered these birds for the same reason. Absolutely lovely elements to use for junk journaling. Right. Let's see what else I have. Okay. This is a set of stencils, but all circles, going from a really small little circle to a really large circle. What are the diameters? I don't know. How many in the set? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stencils. Let me grab my ruler. I'm sitting in a different spot today, so everything is not quite so ready at hand. But I'm bringing my little work trolley over so that we can see. So the largest circle is it's just under 9 centimeters. There's an ant walking on me. And on, 9 inches. Sorry. And centimeters, it is 22.5 centimeters. That's the largest circle. The smallest circle diameter is 3.5 centimeters. And just over 1¼ inch. I still need to see how useful this is. I have a little bit of a doubt about whether this was a good buy or not. When I put it to use, I'll certainly learn. Now, this is a purchase that I've been wanting to buy forever. These are paper clips that are shaped like crosses. So in a journal, let me just pull over this journal that's lying here. I've been working on these today. You would clip this on and you'd have a little cross sitting right there. Now from the other side, what does that look like? So from the other side, it's just a little rectangle, but on this side it's a cross. I do tend to like to see them from both sides because yeah, that it matters, doesn't it? What it looks like from both sides. So I believe there was 50. The packaging doesn't actually say, but if I remember correctly from the order, there were 50 crosses, 50 paper clips in the bag, and it's a variety of colors, very random. Okay, and then I have bought these. I'm replenishing inks and ink pads, and that's sort of the phase that I'm in. Ooh, this thing crackles. That's sort of the phase that I am in right now. And with that in mind, I ordered these. I have bought these before. I've got 5 or 6 of a set of 5 or 6 of these in my possession already, and they are fantastic inks, and that's why I decided to get a larger set. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 15 yet again, and I will put them to the test. We grab paper. I feel as if I haven't quite done this. I haven't quite prepared for the opening of this parcel. I have to say, I am a bit absent-minded because I am busy packing 60 journals, packing the papers and everything that needs to go in there, and it's a bit of an arduous task. I have to admit, it's an arduous task. I had to stop myself because my muscles were going into spasm. Let me give you the names of these. This one is wheat. This one is sugar cane. I tend to do that. I work myself into a bit of a frenzy. I love what I do, and I think that's why I don't stop. And then I realized I've been going at this for hours. I haven't stopped, haven't stretched, and I just quickly walked around the block. It's not even around the block, because I've got a pharmacy just behind me, and I needed to replenish, you know, the monthly medicine. So I thought, let me take that break. Red Magic, that's the name of this one. But can I talk about this? Because it's actually the second time now that I'm talking about repetitive strain injury in the same video. We need to do this for our own sakes. To just stop what we're doing, stretch, have a walk around. I live in a double-story house and unit, and just going upstairs and coming back down, that's already a little bit of movement and just getting the blood circulating and stuff. And we owe it to ourselves. We really need to do that. And I'm preaching to myself here. I don't know who else I'm preaching to, but I'm certainly talking very sternly to myself here. It is injuries that if we take proper care, we can avoid them. I will give you the names just now as I'm opening this. Just again, a bit of a tedious task. Okay, so we have here sage. Oh, that's a lovely color. Oh, these are all gorgeous. Not as intense as the other set that I bought the other day. Oasis green, pink grapefruit, Spanish olive, mango madness, cornucopia. Now, unlike the alcohol markers, which I've unpacked in a previous order and tested in a previous order, these are not alcohol markers, alcohol inks, oxygen inks, the O2 inks. They're not the same, and they are not quick drying. So these, you need to give them a bit of time to dry. It makes them brilliant for blending, absolutely brilliant for blending. They will not dry on you as quickly as the O2 inks will dry on you. But their name, it's June 6. Maybe it should be pronounced differently. Je ne sais or June 6 or whatever, I don't know, but the way I read it, it just says June 6. This is Concord grape, midnight black, key lime, aloe vera, jumbo java, and sea breeze. Now we are going to put them to the test. You can see how wet that is, how absolutely saturated these are. I am going to, let me read here. Excellent for most papers and other porous surfaces. Drying time varies depending on paper texture. Keep pad covered when not in use. Embossing is optional. Acid-free, fade-resistant, non-toxic. Right. And then they say here, I should have started reading there, multi-surface, which most inks are, and then they do say this, chalk ink pad. So you can see even after a while, I can still blend these. I don't have a blending tool at hand, that's why I'm just using my finger. And they are fantastic. Now, bleed, yes, through this layer of paper, but of course this is very thin paper, and there's a hint of bleed there, but honestly, if I hadn't known that I'd stamped it, I would not have even have noticed that. I would have thought it was an imperfection in the print of the blue lines. So, fantastic inks. So that one was Sea Breeze. This one then is Aloe Vera. I'm not stamping as hard as I did with the other one because I think it's a bit of excess. It's a bit excessive. This is Key Lime. This is Sage. This is Spanish Olive. There seems to be a whole lot of greens in this one. This is Sugar Cane. None of them the same, all different. We'll give them that. This is Oasis Green. I'm just going to do this Sea Breeze again, so that we've got the unblended version of it here. Then I'm going to go into these ones, Wheat, because there's a bit of a natural flow over to these colors. Cornucopia. I have to say I love these colors. I don't know that I have these kinds of colors. where am I going to go from here? Let me go to this one, Mango Madness. This is a brighter one. It's the first of the brighter ones. Pink Grapefruit. Also rather pale. Red Magic. Ooh, it's intense. Concord Grape. Now this is not how you meant to use these. Jumbo Java. And then the last one is Midnight Black. Ooh. That certainly is a fantastic black. Very, very nice. Now these, I actually think they might not be the same as the others I have. They are at hand. So let me fetch the others. So these are called Water Drop, and I thought they were the same as these. These are called Glitter Dew. Well, you can see why I thought so. Now the Glitter Dew, while I'm at it, same kind of ink in terms of the fact that it doesn't dry quickly. But the Glitter Dew has a very definite glitter to it. Now these have a bit of a glitter, but once it's dry, it's sort of not there anymore. Whereas if I blend this one, you can see there's a very definite glitter, which the other one doesn't have. And you see all this? Now these are still wet. Shall I just blend them? Because even after this period of time, you can see they are all still wet. Still able to blend them. I will blend colors just now. Okay, so you can see the amount of time you have to blend these, that you have available, I should say, to blend this, because they don't dry quickly. Let me just put two colors down. Let me put a purple, and next to that, what purple? That's called Concord Grape. Let me put next to that this one, Pink Grapefruit. Right, and now I can. You see how lovely these two will blend. I'm not trying to blend them wholly. I want to give this sort of, this one running into that one effect. So, fantastic. They'll wash off. So I'm not too concerned about my hands. Now, I said that you're not supposed to use them straight from the pad. But I will also show you this. If you do, I'm going to start with a triangle. You can actually create really lovely flower designs with these, and then afterwards you can come in with a black pen or something and draw into that and add a little bit of detail, or white pen, or both. I can't do that now because it's too wet. Okay, so what else do we need? We need to test these for real. And I have bought these. Do I have a stamp pad at hand? I don't. But surely I can use something to simulate a stamp pad. I can. But then I might have to use a... Oh, they're not really smaller. Okay, well, let me use this design then. Now, I don't know if you know how these work, so probably some of you will at least know. If you don't know, let me quickly show you. You just sort of pull this off, and when they are brand new, they're really tight. So if it feels like you're going to break them, you won't. These are called silicone stamps, and you would have a stamp block, and I don't have one now, an acrylic block normally that you would stick them on, and they will literally just sit there because they are silicone. They will just sit there. And then you can use the block to stamp with. Now, I don't have an acrylic block at hand, so I'm just using this little plastic container. And it's not going to give me the pressure that I need. I wonder if I'm going to do better with this. I think so. So let me just stick it on one of these ink pads. Okay, and then, oh my goodness, using one ink pad to test another ink pad, that's maybe not, I don't know. Anyways, it's what's going to happen now. Okay, so then you ink this. And I'm inking it like this now because I don't have the whole stamp on the pad. Okay, and then you just put it down. Try not to wiggle your stamps, because they can give you double lines then. That's nice. I think I over inked. That's a ghost one. So I need to ink a little bit lighter because that one was very saturated, very wet. Oh, that's not good. I need to practice with these. But how about I come in with just a tad of black, and I don't know if you can see what's going on. I can make out pretty well what I'm doing. Not brilliantly, but pretty well. That's too wet. I like that. The two colors. I have now gone and dirtied my. Okay, that should do it. I like the idea of combining colors on a stamp. So in any case, that's how you would do it. And then you would just take a cloth, and I've got a cloth at hand. Actually, preferably a wet cloth. Well, and then your stamp is clean again, not here. You can see it's not clean there. You can pull it off. And you can put it back. And do put these back as well because they do protect them. And your stamp is ready for another go another day. Okay, so that's it for this haul. It's not a haul. But when I shoot the second part with the next parcel, that'll make up for that. Any case, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the inks. And if you're into stamping and inking, these are fantastic. These are quick drying inks. Pretty much as soon as I put them down, they're going to be dry. Also a completely different surface. If you just look at that and you look at this, these are two different surfaces. So this is more a sponge, not quite sponge. And this is a, okay, now there you go. That one is dry. This one is still wet. Right, that's it. That's a comparison for you. Okay, anyways, I'll see you just now. Okay, so I am back with the second part of this haul. I'm just trying to see if the video is actually recording. And it is. My apologies for that. Yeah, I had a bit of uncertainty because I didn't hear the click of the clicker. Okay, so Yesterday I missed the delivery of the second parcel. They were both supposed to arrive at the same time. But fortunately, I put them this morning. And here's the second part then of this haul. Now, the reason I placed these two orders separately is because of the special, the kind of specials that they run, you know, those discount things that Temu runs. And sometimes it works out better if I place two orders than when I place one order because of that reason. So anyways, yes, that's the technical deal here. You know what? I'm going to put this aside because this is a humongous parcel. It looks worse than it is. The reason it's huge is largely due to this. I've bought myself some slippers. Winter is coming on, and last season's slippers are all done in. Oh, these are very, very nice. I don't know what they're going to feel like when I put them on, but very comfy. Too warm for a day like today. I don't know why is it that closed. I'm going to take it out anyway. So, okay, so that's the one pair, and I also bought a pair of slip-on slippers. For now, in the summertime, the zipper thingy on this one is missing. So I'm going to have to cut this open because the zipper is gone. Because my summer slippers are also now at the end of their life, and actually, you know how slippers can get a little dangerous to wear. So they are slipping off my feet now. Oh goodness, this is not good. This is gonna hurt. So that's like a nylon, what do you call it, yarn? What do you call a fishing reel, nylon thing, I don't know. Fishing line, that's what I'm looking for. And that's certainly going to hurt. Okay, so these are just supposed to be slip-ons for summer. They look huge. Did I buy the wrong size? Oh, well, if they are the wrong size, I'm going to bless someone with these. They just look huge. Maybe they aren't. Maybe I just don't know the size of my own feet. Whatever. It's not a biggie. What am I going to get next? Oh, this one. This one is a... I have so many paper cutters. And then I go and buy another one, but I liked the idea of this one because it has the different blades. Now I'm going to have to cut something with this. What am I going to cut? This? No. Oh my goodness. I have got papers and stuff here, but anything that I want to cut up. Let me do this. I want those Bible verses at the top there, but I don't want the rest of this. Okay. So, how does this work? Now, I need to figure this out first. Normally, these things can lift. Well, that's not the technical issue. Does this just slide in here? Oh yes, it can just slide. It's fine. Oh no, no, I don't think I want to work it from this way. Okay, so it just slides in, and then I suppose. Okay, now this is going to be straight cut. Oh my goodness! Oh, you just release the what? I'm missing something because this is not cutting. Or did it? That's not cut. That's just a fold line. Oh, that's a nice little fold line. Okay, so that wasn't a cut. That one is just the fold line. Let me bring this in now that I've folded it on that line. Okay, park it again, and this will be the straight cut. Oops. Okay, I'm still getting used to this. Ooh, ooh, that was smooth. Now there's a strip of paper. Okay, that's a very, very nice, smooth, straight cut. Goodness gracious. Lovely. Okay. Then there is the, I sort of want to fold this double because it's a very, let me park that first. Then it has the, what do they call it? The perforation cut. Okay. And look how lovely that is. This is brilliant. This is truly brilliant. Okay, that's the perforation cut. I don't want to spend all day on this. And then I have a wavy cut. A wavy cut. A wavy line. It cuts a wavy line. And look at that. Okay, now this is honestly, actually fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I want to see. These cutters are renowned for not cutting the thin paper well. But this one has been, oh, it's been behaving wonderfully. And look at that. The thin paper is cut brilliantly. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Again, even better than I thought. Okay, this is, well, this is actually meant for the crafts rather than the sewing room. These are elastics. I'm not going to restrict myself. I'll probably use these in both the craft room and the sewing room. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 colors, spools of elastic. And yeah, I need to go read up on this because this is not something that I do a lot, but you can actually, I know you can put this through your needle. Oh my word, this is, I learned about this so many years ago. And then you can sew with this in the needle. Anyways, whatever. I'm sure there's going to be a video somewhere on that refresher course thingy. Now I have sets here, and I sort of want to put them aside as I come upon them because yeah, they're for the workshop. This is these are beading needles. Oh, Temu, and it's double packaging. Honestly, I don't know. Okay, the plastics I want to keep aside. So I keep the plastics aside for the recycling bin. But okay, these are fantastic. If you're not aware of these, do I again not have? Oh my goodness! I've been working with beads all day yesterday and all day today. I don't know if you can see this. This is so fine. I'm going to try and bring this up. So, a very, very thin, fine needle that you can use in beading. These things will go through the beads, and then you can pull your, well, whatever it is that you're beading with. Whether it's a line, a nylon line, or an elastic, or there are various things you can bead with. You can pull it through with this needle. There's nothing restricting it to beading, I'm sure, but these are called beading needles. I'm sure you could use it somewhere else. I'm not sure it'd be brilliant for sewing, for hand sewing. Okay, so there are different lengths, longer and shorter. I can't remember if there are 3 or 4 different lengths. This is the longest. This is shorter. And this is shorter still. There's something in between, yes. So there are 4 lengths here. How many needles are there? I don't know. More than enough. But I will tell you this, they are very fine needles. Very easy to lose them. Very excited about that. That's going to make life so much easier. There's more of the oh my goodness, what do I have here? I was going to sort of get these sets out because I want to tell you about those just now. I'm actually quite excited about those. Okay, these I can tell you about. Oh dear, okay. Just organizing here on the side. Okay, so let me start with this. Oh, I do know what this is. And so I don't know what it is, but I do actually know what this is. This is, again, in the line of sewing. I'm using my sewing machine more and more these days, and especially combined with crafting. I've been blogging about sewing in the past, but I bought this, which mounts on your sewing machine, and then again your camera goes in here, and then you can position it so that people actually see how you are sewing. So this is, again, sort of in line with the vlogging, the videos that I'm making. So, very nifty. There's a magnet here, and I don't see anything metal. Oh, no. My scissors are metal. There you can see the magnet. That's actually quite a strong magnet. Okay, anyway, so that's what that does. Now, these are kind of exciting. Where do I put these now? I don't know. Okay. I'm looking for the stuff that goes with it. And it's going to be that. Oh, dear me. Okay. Oops, the bag's not empty yet. Not yet. Is the bag empty now? Yes. Okay, now it's more sorted. Okay, so this came, this opened up, and it's going to be a bit of a mess. Okay, so these, let's start with these. These are crimping beads. So they have these teeth. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to hold it up so you can see. So they have the teeth there, and you will put it over something. Now whether that's a leather cord or whatever it is, you're going to cut, sort of catch a couple of things. You can also do lace, all sorts of things that you can catch in there. And then it has a little hook here, and you can attach your beads and things on the side, or your crocodile clips, or whatever it is. I want to use these not for beading per se, although I could, but I actually ordered them for crafting. Because when I'm making journals, and I'm just going to grab this one that's lying here, I could now essentially, I don't know, put this on the side here and just close it up, and then I could have a little dangly bit on the side of my journal. So that's what I was thinking with these. That's why I ordered them. Again, could use it for beading. It's the actual purpose, not why I ordered them. Now this is a bit of a mess. Where's the opening? That side. Okay. This is from the fishing section. And I'm not a fisherman, but I bought this from the fishing section because similar things in the craft section was ever so much more expensive. Not expensive, but why pay more if you can pay less? Yeah, these are probably different sizes. I'm just going to toss them in there. Let me, oh, okay, and then I go and mix them up even more. So what this is basically just a little bead with 2 eye hooks on the side. And this is not meant for fishing. Well, it is meant for fishing, but I'm not going to go fish with it. I'm not a fisherman. So again, I want to use this in the crafting to attach the little dangles to the journals. I have a humongous amount here. Now they came out because the box opened here on the back. Seems to be closed enough now. Anyways, there was that. It's not going to bug me if it's messed up. Oh, it would be nice if it wasn't. But if it is messed up, it's not the worst thing in the world, because honestly, you know, you can see the size when you take things out. Now, what is it that I had forgotten that I've ordered? Because this one I have just this morning looked at my stickers and thought, I must never ever buy stickers again. And here arrives this parcel, and I'd forgotten that I'd put these stickers in here. It's books and coffee. Oh, and that one says chocolate cake. Coffee shops in autumn. I think and music. And traveling. Okay, there's a reason why I bought this, because they have all of my favorite elements in this set. These are pet stickers. I don't know what pet actually stands for, and I need to, I'm sure I should go have a look. These are my stickers. No, I'm lying. These are some of my more recent stickers. I have more, and that's why I should stop. Just stop. Never buy a sticker again. There's not enough life left to use up all the stickers I've got. Now, before I continue, I want to show you this. I'm very excited about this. At some point in my life, I used to teach mathematical literacy. Oh my goodness. I have a nail that's coming off, and every so often it catches on something. And it's not sore, but it looks horrendous. Okay, so I used to teach mathematical literacy, and this is a math set to teach. And yes, that's very helpful. Very helpful. Okay, these are pop-outs. They will pop out. So I have one niece and one nephew that's still in school. And though the little nephew is very bright, the niece as well, but she's a top performer. But the little nephew is equally bright, but underperforming, as boys often tend to do, and especially because he's a little bit of a handyman, doesn't like to sit still with the books and whatever it is, and he's a kinetic learner. And our schools do not cater for kinetic learners. Kinetic learners need to move. They need to handle things. They're not, it's not in their nature to sit and read or even watch videos or listen. They need to physically handle what they are learning. And this geometry set, I'm hoping will be a bit of assistance for him, because He's not reaching his full potential in the schooling system the way it is set up. And his aunt's a teacher. And, well, I like maths and any excuse, isn't it? Any excuse. Okay, I also bought this. This is my first purchase of this kind of ink, and you know that I've been purchasing inks of late and testing alternative inks because inks are ridiculously overpriced. Okay, why am I impressed when I open the ink pad already? What is it that I've seen that has impressed me? I had so decided beforehand that I was going to get a blender, and then I forgot. So what impressed me is the ink pad itself. It's not sponge. It's a proper ink pad. Oh my goodness! Look at that color. Okay, so the color here is coffee brown. Coffee brown. It's a quick drying ink. I am so definitely getting more of these. I need to test this now, and I don't have anything to blend it with. Nothing at hand. I don't even have a tissue in my pocket. But I want to test its water solubility. And it is. It is. Reactivatable? Not really, although it's hard to tell on this paper, isn't it? But when I work into it, there are better inks for that. This one, quick drying ink, not possibly not the best blending ink, although this is not putting it to the test. That's not fair on this ink pad. I love the ink pad itself, the pad, and I love the colors. So it says star printing color, coffee brown, oily, quick drying ink pad. Oily. That's why it's not blending with water. Wrong medium. There are other mediums you could try. Thinners, turpentine, linseed oil, well, any oil really. There are other mediums if it's oily. I'm going to put this to the test, but this is not the day for that. Okay, so that is that. Now, I also saw these brushes. They're all the same. And again, we have the double packaging. Oh, it just slides out. I'm looking for the opening. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that's the right amount. And then it has this little protector. But I loved these short bristles. And I love how that handles. This is quite possibly, again, a makeup brush. The way it's put together makes you think it probably is. Most of my makeup brushes make their way to my craft room. This is going to be fantastic. You will see this in future videos. Let me not get sidetracked on this one. I'm gonna be using this. I bought it for the art journaling workshop because we're going to be doing painting sometime soon. And I thought this is a really rather unique brush. I don't know why I'm doing double packaging here. Okay, so that's the little brush. Very excited about that. I am also... I have shown you those. I also bought these. 1, 2... I think just the 2 packs. No, there's another one. Okay, so 2 in a pack, size medium. Two in a pack, size medium, and then 1 single, size medium. And the reason that I bought the 5 is these are going to go into the art journaling workshop. So these I have shown in another video. Let me find mine. It's lying on the table behind me. So when you're doing art, oh goodness, wrong fingers. This pretty much allows you to, this is not a pen or a thing, but it allows you to, here's a pen, to rest your hand on your surface without transferring the oils from your hand. Now, ideally you would not be resting your hand, you would rather work in the air like this. This is for charcoals and pastels and grey pencils, drawing pencils, and yes, those kinds of things, not pen per se. Sort of a protection for both the hand and the surface. Very neat. And the fact that your fingers are free allows you better control. I don't know if you feel as clumsy as I do when I'm wearing a full glove. This takes that element of clumsiness away. So that's what this is all about. Then I have, because we've got a drawing workshop coming up, so I bought these. And these are, now, how many are in the packet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I don't really want to pull this off. That's, I don't really want mine too much. That's sanding paper, sandpaper. And this is what's considered a sharpener for actual art, for fine arts. Sharpness, the way we used to sharpen pencils, you know, and we learned to sharpen pencils in school. You want a bit more control, especially with the thicker point on your pencil. If you've got a thicker lead, do I have something with a thicker lead on hand? Not really, no. Anyways, then you can shape that point. So it can give you a flat surface or whatever. Okay, so these are drawing pencils, sets of drawing pencils, and they were extremely inexpensive. Honestly, by comparison to other brands, just absolutely inexpensive. I'm not going to give you prices because Temu tends to adjust its prices for, if you're a new user, you're going to get really cheap prices. If you're a returning user like me, you're going to get slightly more expensive prices, but honestly, it's still cheap. Okay, so the pencils here, 2H, FHB. So those are your harder pencils. HB is hard black, that's your middle pencil. F is, it's pretty similar to an HB. Then the H range is your hard leads, and the harder the lead, the less of the lead is left on the pencil. And then the B range is the black range. So the 8B is going to be your softest pencil, and therefore your darkest pencil, because more of the lead remains on the page. I brought a drawing book closer. I've been tearing pages out of this book for to make journals with it. But anyways, yes. So my poor drawing book is quite. It's looking terrible. Okay, I'm trying to see where's the. Okay, so that's an HB, 5B, 6B, 8B. That's B. 3B, 4B, 2H, here's your 2B, or not to be, 7B, and this is F. Okay, so I like that they don't have a lot of hard ones. Okay, so here's your hardest pencil. That's not bad. That's a good residue for a 2H. Now this is the F. Let me mark them. Here's your F. Here's your HB. Here's your B. To B. These are nice pencils. 3B. I don't like how this one is sharpened. 4B. 5B, and now you will see the points are not sharpened as were the others, because with your softer leads, this is it's more meant for filling in shades and shadows and things, so it's not so much for thin precision line work any longer, although you could, but it's generally not how you would use these. Okay, you can see I get a nice line there in any case. This is the 6B. Again, all of them are now flattened on the points. Oof. But when you start going into the dark pencils, it melts my heart. 7B. And then your softest one, the 8B. That is fantastic. Okay, so I've tried to sort of use the same pressure on all of these lines so that you could see the range. I am now going to apply a little bit more pressure on this one, so you can see how dark this set will go. That's nice. And light, absolutely slight pressure. So really your range is going to go from slight pressure to a lot of pressure. That's your actual range. This is just the same kind of pressure. And if this was a video on that, I would spend more time on this, but that just gives you an impression of what this set is capable of doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was a bit ridiculous of me. I'm just thinking, I have so many drawing pencils. Why did I buy myself a set as well? I don't know, but I have. I was clever here. I only bought 5 because I obviously have this in my own stash. But okay, yeah, sometimes I do a little silly like that. I bought blending paper stumps to blend with. So each person will get a pack of paper stumps, tortillons. I'm sure it's pronounced differently in France, but for me, tortillon. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clever me. Not so clever me. Not so clever me. Let me just say. Okay. I also bought this set. Yeah, so that means there are 6. 6 and counting. So this is similar to these. And then you have, okay, now here's the difference. Here you can see for yourself. This is a paper stump. And I know the words are used interchangeably in art, but if you really want to know the difference between a tortillon and a paper stump, this is it. This is a paper stump. You can see it's a very tightly rolled. There's the line of the paper. It is paper that is very tightly wound, and it gives you this little paper stump. This is a tortillon. It is still paper that is wound up. This one's coming apart a little bit, but not nearly as tightly as that one is. Although they're not often hollow, honestly, I gotta say. But here, it's not hollow at all. It's only the back that is hollow. And that tortillon, you can see the difference when you hold them next to each other. Paper stump, tortillon. I really don't know that very many people, if any, differentiates between the two, and I don't know that it's necessary. So this is the exact same thing as what I've shown you. With the, oh, this one has two papers. With the sanding paper, 2H. And if I now want to sharpen a point to an actual sharp point, and this will now be mine. Okay, now you can see that I have shaped that point. It has a flat side. So a flat side. You can do a bit of filling in, and then a very sharp point for a very thin line. And that is something you can achieve with sandpaper that you cannot achieve with a normal sharpener. That control over how you shape your point. Why do I want to put it back? I don't know. Okay, then last two items. Let's start with this one, eraser pencils. Now, I have talked about eraser pencils before. It's nothing new. But in the art journaling course on drawing, everyone will be getting an eraser pencil. Eraser pencils allows for blending. Let me blend on this one. So if I want a softer transition, I can do that. I'm not trying to take everything away. Or I can, of course, erase a line altogether. And then, because it is a precision pencil, I can do pretty much draw with the eraser into my pencil. It now bugs me that the point, oh, never mind, get over yourself. Okay, so that's that. Then I bought this, and it's still for the drawing lesson. It is 12 pieces black and white oily color pencil. It is the Brute Furner color pencils. I have done a blog on coloring with the Brute Furner pencils. This is where I miss my nail. I feel clumsy with the other nails. That's the one that I used to do this kind of stuff with. Okay, the scissors worked fine as well. Oh, well, there goes that. So why buy? They're not sharpened. Oh, goodness, that's a pity. I have a sharpener here. Why buy these? Because they will add a different element. Now this is not. That's not how you sharpen a pencil. Look how skew I've gone. That's what's bugging me about what I'm doing here. Can you see the angle at which I came in? I'm over hasty. Anyways. Okay. So that's the black pencil. Let me just sharpen one of the whites. Do a little bit of a better job. At least try. I should have started this in one of my electric sharpeners. I have a few. No, this one's doing the same thing. Okay, then I might as well speed it up on the right hand. My apologies for sharpening pencils. Okay, anyways. So the idea with this is, let me just get a nice black line again. I'm just using the 8B here to quickly put on a black line. Okay, so the idea is that I can do blending. Look at that blending with a white pencil. And can you see that this brings something different to the drawing than this would ever bring? In a sense, it actually makes it look darker rather than lighter, isn't it? You can, of course, and I don't think it's going to work on this pencil, but you could use this to bring in white, not on this. On black paper. I love drawing with white pencils, coloring pencils, on white paper. On black paper. Black, that's black. So that's the purpose of this one. It's I consider it an essential. And here's the black. Let me put it here. A black coloring pencil will always give you a more intense line than your sketching pencil, your darkest sketching pencil will. And so your darkest shades can much rather be achieved with a black coloring pencil than with a sketching pencil. And that's why everyone will be getting both a white and a black coloring pencil in the drawing course. I haven't drawn anything. I'm not going to draw anything because this video is going to become very long. I would much rather, when I do the art journaling course, I'll do a video on that and show you how I use these pencils and the tools and things in the art journaling course. That's it for today. Have a blessed day. Let me leave you with a thought. May both your coming in and your going out be blessed. May you be blessed with health, and may your loved ones be blessed. That is my prayer for you in the name of Jesus. Cheers, guys. See you again.